Hello, everybody. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. We were on Twitch, and I was just complaining about Quibi. And I thought, you know what? I want to do this publicly, or at least for the members to have this on record. Because, guys, do you even know what Quibi is? Because they spent almost $1 billion to make this app that's called Quibi for Quick Bites. It's an app where you can get your content this way or this way, and it's only 7 to 10 minutes long of each episode because everyone has short attention spans and they don't want to actually create full-length stories because they just want to give people with ADD sort of little bitty content, which is what the internet is already. But no, let's make a paid subscription service for an app that gives you really celebrities basically making branded series that no one's going to really care about. Anyway, I never understood Quibi. It was such a weird thing, and so it's just very fascinating. And I'm here with David, Darth Daddy Malt Lunga, we got Eric, we got Bullet Scare. We were just all talking about this, and it's just amazing because now it looks like Quibi could lose $500 million in 2020. Think about that. $500 million that they just threw away while we're all on lockdown. They couldn't figure out or launch a streaming app to like get people interested to watch things. Like, this is an immense failure. This was started by Jeffrey Katzenberg, and they're literally getting the venture off the ground has been costly. Before the pandemic, the company was anticipating some $550 million in operating losses in 2020, with programming and advertising costs outstripping revenue, according to the projections. So they went in and they hoped that they were going to make about $400 million, and then scaled that down to $250 million, and now they're revealing those projections are nowhere. They're not going to make really any money off of this thing, and 5 to 10 minute episodes is what this was supposed to be. So anyway, I was talking with everybody because I'm just like, my mind is blown. We were all talking about how much good that money could have done in the times right now, and instead we're delivered a Chrissy Teigen court show. Ooh, just what I wanted. It's just infuriating to me. I don't understand. I wanted to go through, and I thought, let's actually give Quibi one shot. I'm being harsh, right, guys? Let's look and see what Quibi has to offer, and let's see if anybody wants to try a 14-day free trial for $4.99. Now, you guys also got to remember that there's a trick to that, right? When you subscribe to an app, they are banking on the fact that you forget that you subscribe to the app. iTunes, literally, that's how they make their millions. They want you to subscribe to HBO, Showtime, whatever, through their store, so that way you forget, and then it just keeps auto-charging. I'm not going to say I made a paid app and that was our goal, but I'm going to say maybe that was the paid app we made. That was our goal. But that's literally when you develop an app, that is like the secret sort of sauce of what you hope everyone just sort of falls for. Is you subscribe, you try the 14-day trial, and then you forget for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, maybe a year, and suddenly you've given them, what's $5 times 12, 50, $60. Thank you. I got there slowly, but I got there. But all right, so guys, who wants to buy this? Quick Bites, Big Stories. Watch movie quality shows designated for your phone. Ugh, gross. I'm already like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch movie quality shows on my phone.
That's like the most hypocritical thing. If it's movie quality, it doesn't deserve to be seen on your phone.
No.
So I'm already out, but let's keep going. New episodes every day, okay? So it's like series. So I have to check back for the 10-minute show? No! Give me the binge, or give me the option. So now you can download for 14. And so there's Survive. It's a show with Sophie Turner. Quibi, download now. No, original shows. So we can watch some trailers. Daily Essentials, everything you need to know and why it matters. See our shows. No matter how you hold your phone. Oh, look, guys, it crops the show. So you can either watch it full screened, or you can turn and watch half of the show awkwardly cropped. Oh, I'm dying for an app that could awkwardly crop out the show and remove what everybody hopes I could see.
I think they're banking on the show only having one person on the screen at a time.
This is literally
that's movie quality for you.
What?
Yeah, when you turn it forward, is he in a car?
Oh my God! Wait, can you imagine? Like, what is he in? I'm so sick of all this. There's too much car in this frame. God damn it! I wish they. Oh my God!
Now he's an astronaut, or is he a boat captain? What is he? We don't know.
How many times are you watching TV, guys? And you're like, man, I wish I could watch it this way instead of this way. Oh my God! I can't. All my TV watching is so frustrating because I got to hold it like this. But you know what? My TV experience would be so much better if I could turn it this way and it filled the screen because I'm a lazy person who just doesn't care about what filmmakers want to make. Oh my God, this is awful. All right, so we're back in. Wait, where was that? There we go. That's the funniest thing to me because It's not framed to fit your screen at all.
No, it's not.
It's not fit. They're cropping it. It's like getting what's it called? Like widescreen when they would do the auto scan and crop back in the day on videotapes.
Disney Plus did The Simpsons.
Exactly. No, fans don't like that, Quibi. You clearly don't know what's going on. That's hilarious. Everything framed to fit your screen. Blah blah blah. So let's look at. It's like I love it. Can you believe that's a feature they're selling to people? All right, let's see their shows. Ready? So here's the shows, guys. Come on, we're being fair. Let's give Quibi a shot. We got Thanks a Million. All right, I can't even see it all. All the Feels by the Dodo. Oh, so it's like the Dodo. Oh, so they just grabbed websites. So they're just giving you YouTube.
Yep.
They're literally giving you Facebook. Rotten Tomatoes? What?
Listen, if
What?
Jeffrey Katzenberg is the most out of touch person on the planet
You're
right now.
kidding me.
When the whole Walt Disney, remember the lawsuit and the whole thing with Walt Disney before he left?
Oh my God.
There's a quote. Okay, the Disney board member Stanley Gold said Katzenberg had been brought low by his ego and almost pathological need to be important.
Look, I gotta call this out. Hold on. Yeah, let's.
A gigantic ego trip that costs $500 billion.
I don't have a problem with it. Black Nerd, Andre Meadows, and Maude Garrett. I've worked with them both. They were very nice to me. They're talented people. Good thing they're making a paycheck. But I'm sorry, I do not want to pay to see them pre-tape movie news. Need to cut through the clutter of endless movie, TV, and streaming options, and Rotten Tomatoes Fresh Daily is here to help with recommendation based off our famous. So clearly they've just banked this. And they just made a thing. Do you guys remember when Jeremy Johns did that for Verizon Go 90? Interestingly enough,
Yeah.
And I don't say this to knock Jeremy because I'm a fan of Jeremy. Good on him. I know that they got paid for that. Secret. Let me reveal. I mean, I don't know what their deals, but that Verizon Go 90 deal. If you guys don't even remember, Verizon paid a fortune to buy expensive versions of YouTube series, and that literally funded Collider and a million other places. And they basically got that money. They got that money to make a Go 90 show, a lot of these places, and that would and they would skim it. They would make the money because Verizon overpaid, and then everyone who made those damn shows did them way cheaper because they knew it didn't actually cost, and Verizon didn't know what they were doing. So everyone skimmed from the top and funded the whole thing. So when you saw that Jeremy Johns show, and again, no disrespect to Jeremy Johns, I actually like the guy. I still watch his channel. Out of all the people out there, I think he's just no BS, and he knows how to do it. So this is not a knock on him, and I would love to hear his honest thoughts on it all. But it's clear Collider's hey, we'll pay you a lot, just come tape some stuff. We'll make this sort of show, and then they all just sort of oh my God, this is what a chore this sort of show is. And then clearly that whole thing was a failure. Go 90 is nowhere to be seen anymore. Huge losses. Verizon just failed tremendously. So it's just funny because it's the same thing. So Quibi and Jeffrey Katzenberg, who were supposed to be this, they know better, didn't even think, well, it didn't work for Verizon. Why would it work for us? So to know that this isn't high quality content, they're literally just putting the Rotten Tomatoes show hosted by people who you can watch for free on YouTube. Who the hell falls for this?
Andy,
Brought low by his ego and almost pathological need to be important.
Guys, you can watch The Dodo, which is literally a Facebook group, or Vox, which is a website, or BBC, or E! News. Guys, in case you didn't like E! News giving your news on the internet for free, why don't you buy two people standing on a green screen and give it to you for $4.99? Or Telemundo, which you can get for free on cable. Or how about EW? Yeah, let's watch EW, Entertainment Weekly, which again, I can go to the website and probably watch all the... Or TMZ, because TMZ doesn't have free programming I can watch anywhere else.
But it's no filter.
This is their new shows every week, guys. These are your daily essentials. This is embarrassing.
Aren't these all YouTube channels already?
Andy, you should apply at Quibi.
I know. I can't believe. Oh, guys, we can get the Daily Chill. It's meditation and ASMR. I can't believe they didn't reach out to me.
But a lot of people made a lot of money on this deal and on that $500 million, and that's what was important to. And I'm sure even Katzenberger made a lot of money, and he's not walking away without.
I don't know. This could be a hit.
With his shirt gone. I'm sure he's one of those guys who came out looking good.
This could be a problem for him. This is not going to be a good look with this much failure. But so they're not. So no. All right. So hold on. They're not even. Okay. Here we go. Free Ray Sean as a drama. We got End Music as a documentary. We got 50 Stage of Frights, a horror and thriller anthology. We got Agua Donkeys. These are the things they really paid for. We got Chrissy's Court. We got Dismantle, Dummy, Cup of Joe, and Elba versus Block. And then there's Fierce Queens, Flipped, Fight Like a Girl, and Floored. Okay. I'm not into any of this.
I'm going to assume this is a privately owned company, right? It's not publicly traded, right?
No, it's not traded.
Yeah, okay,
It's
I don't know.
a private country. No,
This would be all venture.
Katzenberg is not walking away with any money out of this.
Look, I have a friend of mine. When I first met him, he was worth about $5 million. Now he's worth about 40. He got in on the pot in the because it's legal here, right, in Canada. So he got in on that. So he's now worth about 40 million. He owns an internet company as well. He tells me the entire time I've known him that internet company has been in the red, and he only pays himself $20,000, and yet he's gone from making nothing. Or sorry, in the time I've known him, he went from making being worth $5 million to $40 million. So the thing I learned about high finance is it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
$500 billion loss.
But you're right. But you're totally right, because Katzenberg will have made his fee. All of these celebrities will make their fee.
And he got paid all that time working on the show, getting it developed, and getting this thing to thing. And it's not his fault that it failed. Like all those movie guys who can just write off huge portions of these things in their losses, and they can write it off against their capital costs. And there's all sorts of tax schemes.
But so then it's like Singled Out is like, it's interesting because they brought Singled Out, which is like, you'd think that would have been more in front, because it's like, all right, interesting, but I'm sure it sucks. But it's like, you're just doing a quick round of Singled Out, and then it counts as an episode, which they're basically just making a half-hour show and then giving you 2 episodes for Quibi is how that sort of nets out, which is just silly. But it's like, all these people, all these production companies made a fortune. They all got to make their film. Good for them. And I mean, I don't. This Chrissy's Court. Like, no disrespect. I don't even mean to knock her, but like, clearly, I can't imagine. I mean, look, that's high production value. Actually, it is much than I even thought. But this looks like couldn't this be like a Tide commercial where like, we got Chrissy Teigen to take your cases, and she's just sitting there doing jokey stuff.
Yep.
Like, is this really what people are going to pay $5 to watch?
But here's the thing: to lose that much money, I mean, there was obviously some kind of venture capitalist investment going on for this to get off the ground. I'm assuming. Okay?
You would hope so, right?
Someone is losing a ton of money here, and I can't believe that they're just going to let Katzenberg walk away with making money. I just don't see it. It's like, dude, someone's got to pay.
Well, that's what I Quibi, man. I'm calling out. I said I call out the BS. I'm calling out the BS. This was a failure. Katzenberg has made, look, Katzenberg did a lot for Disney DreamWorks. He's clearly had a chance to invest a lot in this, but my God, this is a failure. It's a failure by no stretch of the imagination. And it'll be interesting to see if people actually remember or call him out for this, or who's going to actually pay the price for this. In a time right now where $500 million could be spent on a lot of really cool things, it's really depressing how to see Hollywood and these investors just be like, Katzenberg, sure, here's all their money. Cool, have this money and make some shows with Sophie Turner and Chrissy Teigen. Please, yes. It's this stuff pisses me off. So look, I don't feel bad for this at all. This was, and you can't blame the lockdown for this either. I don't believe that's why this failed.
It happened no matter what.
Sure, it didn't help because people want to see long form, not right now, quick bites right now. But
Okay,
this should have been a hit given it. Go ahead. Sorry, last thoughts there, Lunga.
I looked it up. Okay, so the woman you were speaking about was former eBay CEO Meg Whitman.
That's what I was trying to think. Yeah.
They said the investors include Disney, NBC Universal, Sony, Viacom, and AT&T's newly rebranded Warner Media. That's who invested in this.
Because they can afford to just throw money away because they're hoping, and it's like if it's Hulu, then they have stake in Hulu, right? When you have someone like Katzenberg who's like, I'm going to reinvent the streaming game, you don't want to not be at the table. And so he and they were able to like just basically make this like mysterious like Kaiser Soze that everyone's like, oh, I guess I got to be, Quibi's a thing? Okay, yeah, just give them some money. They don't want to miss out on the success. That's how this works. So this was a shell game that Katzenberg had to have known was going to fail because who cares? And they were all just hoping and betting on this being the next big thing.
I guess
it's like Twitch, but premium content because that's what the kids want. No one knows. You can't predict that.
Yep.
Yeah, if you spread it out between like those big 5 companies, it's like $100 million loss.
Yeah, like look at Snapchat.
Right off for them.
Snapchat was out there. Snapchat was out there trying to get tons of money for premium content, and it didn't. It's not. It didn't work. It's not. It doesn't work. And now Twitch is the thing everybody wants to be on. So like every day the platforms change because when you build for kids, they grow out of it so fast that you got to keep that in mind. So Quibi This isn't, who is the audience for this? Who is the audience for these shows? That's what's so telling to me. Like, is it for women? It seems like it's for women. You got Chrissy Teigen, and I don't know, like I see a lot of like ladies show, like I don't know. Who are you going for?
Aimed at like the 20 to 30-year-old demographic. That's what I feel
like
it's
Joe Jonas's Cup of Joe and Christy's Chord and Dismantled, Dummy, like this all like, with Anna Kendrick. It feels like they were going for a more female base, but then they threw in like this. I don't know. It's so weird. I cannot figure out who they thought this was for. And then this has Caitlin Olsen from Always Sunny, and Will Forte. So it's like that could be interesting. They have what it takes to become TV's newest house-flipping couple. But even this should be like this is a one-off show, or if it's funny enough, put it on Netflix. Like, I'm not going to go pay, even though I like the two of them, I'm not paying $5 to watch them do a recurring sketch series. Like, no. It's either a series or it's not. I don't want to watch a recurring sketch. I'm glad they got paid. I like the two of them. But, my God, this was misguided. This was awful. We do a lot of these conversations on the fly over on Twitch, so if you're not watching us over on Twitch, come on over to twitch.tv/PopcornPlanet. That's what I think about Quibi. Have you watched Quibi? Can you attest? Tell us down in the comments below if you're a fan of the Quibi content, or are you with me thinking this was a massive failure and someone needs to pay and figure out how to avoid this kind of nonsense investment in the future? Tell us down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back with you soon. See you later, everybody. Bye!